Okay, news out of the NWSl today, and it looks like they have come to an agreement about the allegations of the misconduct that have been going on league wide, um, with the league establishing a $5 million fund for the players. Um, so ESPN put out an article just a little bit ago, and we're gonna go over it. So I guess attorneys for Washington D.C., Illinois, New York announced a settlement with the league today. The funds will go to players who experienced abuse. The settlement also requires the league to maintain safeguards put into place following a pair of investigations released in late 2022 that found widespread misconduct that impacted multiple teams, coaches, and players, which it did affect our Portland Thorns. So it's about time they put in something to keep these women safe. It also gives the Attorney General Brian L. Schwab of Washington D.C., Leticia James of New York, Kwame Raoul of Illinois the ability to oversee changes the NWSL has made after the scandal broke. So checks and balances by somebody that's not in the league or associated is a good thing. Keep them in check. Make sure that they're doing what they say they're doing. And the ability to fine the league if it fails to uphold these changes. Yes, fine, because that's the only way millionaires, billionaires, that's the only way rich people, yeah, affects them. Yeah, affects their pocketbook. Otherwise, like negative attention or whatever, you can see it in a Timbers owner. He don't care. He's still getting rich. So finding people responsible for it, I'm all for it. Today's settlement is only possible because of the players who courageously stepped forward to tell their stories and expose the league's uh, failures. Which, yes, I kudos to all who came forward. I know a lot came out of Portland or stemming from Portland because of our old coach. Um, While the NWSL has made crucial improvements, the victims never received any compensation for the abuse, emotional or sexual, that they endured by the league's watch. Schwab said in an initial statement Wednesday. Yeah, so you can't just do that and get away with it. You gotta, one day you'll be held accountable, and today they're taking one step closer to that. I don't think the 5 million is enough, but gotta start somewhere, and hopefully people get the clue that this is just not cool. Um, let's see what else they. No dollar amount can ever fully address the damage that was inflicted, but now my office, together with New York and Illinois, have oversight authority to ensure that the league's new safety policies are implemented and the current and future players are protected. That's yes, because with the players even getting younger and younger, like you need even harsher penalties and things to help protect the women. You can see that when they run and go unchecked, these things happen. It's an inevitable thing. When people are rich, they don't care how they treat people, and they don't. In just my opinion. Um, as former players, Sined Farelli and Manashim come forward in 2021, accusing longtime NWSL coach and former Portland Thorns coach Paul Riley of sexual harassment and coercion. Riley has denied allegations, of course, but was fired by the North Carolina Courage in the aftermath. He was among five head coaches in the league with either fired or resigned in 2021 amid claims of misconduct. The NWSL commissioner at the time also resigned. So it's good to know that you can do all that stuff and then still get another job with the same company until it goes public, until the people that hire you that probably know stuff's going on, get pressure from outside to then either accept your resignation or force your resignation. So it is good to know that they are out, but I don't think enough was done. But we're going in a step forward, which I can appreciate. Both the NWSL and the U.S. Soccer launched investigations into the allegations. The U.S. Soccer report was led by former acting U.S. Attorney General Sally Yates, who found emotional abuse and sexual misconduct were systematic in the sport. So it's just rampant. It's probably just a way of life how some of these people operate. Following the investigation, the NWSL implemented changes to protect players. Should have been in place far beyond. People act like they don't have sisters or nieces or moms or grandmas or like I don't understand. But the NWSL Players Association also negotiated safeguards in the league collective bargaining agreement. The investigation was initiated by the NWSLPA because players refused to stay silent in the face of systematic abuse. The human rights and civil rights violations that endured were enabled by a system that failed in its most basic duty: protect the players. Says Megan Burke, the NWSLPA executive director. Well, yeah, it failed in a lot of regards. It's not acceptable. I know that we're trying to uh, reverse what happened, but and go forward. But I don't think enough is done. Safeguards or this is our former coach Paul Riley. Anybody got comments about him? You can let me know. I'm sure we share a lot of the same things. Uh, the settlement not only acknowledges the failures, but for the first time establishes enforcement mechanisms under the law to hold the NWSL accountable and to prevent future harm. See, that's why you gotta punish people for some things that you think are basic, or just basic things that normal people just treat people right. But no, you have to have these in place because some people just don't get it, weren't raised right, or just don't care. Don't think they'll ever get caught doing these horrendous things to people. And it's good to know that we are getting policies in place to keep this from happening. I don't want it to happen again in Portland. I'm sure you guys don't either, or any uh, city. Um, so, among the safeguards that are mandated to continue include comprehensive vetting of certain team personnel, mechanism for players to report abuse, players access to free and unlimited counseling. Yeah, that's that's a plus. Access to a league safety officer and policies that prevent teams from investigating themselves. Yeah, you can't have people investigate their own wrongdoings. Surprisingly, I doubt anything will ever come up. So that's good. I'm all in favor of that. The NWSL played its inaugural season 2013. The professional league, women's league, now has 14 teams and has two more joining in 2026. This settlement sends a clear message that such misconduct will not be tolerated and ensures players receive the compensation that they deserve. Players said in a statement, every athlete should be able to compete in a safe, supportive environment, and I thank the brave individuals who came forward to share their experiences. I'm all in favor. They should have got more money, in my opinion, but that's just me. So I hope nothing like this happens in the future. Tell me what you think. Was it enough money? I don't, but I don't think there's, like they said, an amount of money that can replace it. But I would imagine more than 5 mil to be divided up between ever how many. I don't know unless I read that wrong. So I don't know, but let me know what you think about this. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.